What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Tom Trips Out. In this episode, we're talking about 5 reasons people can't live in Phnom Penh. My name's Tom. This is my trip out.
Well, hey everybody, come along with me. Take a trip to a place to find without sea. Make people people see the joy they bring and how much it costs to try new things. Well, come and watch me on my trip out. My name's Tom. This is my trip out.
Alright, so I've come out to an area a little bit south of my neighborhood. And it's where the river that goes through the TTP and Bong Trebek Plaza, if you continue it down, it comes to this area. It's more like a local neighborhood. We're going to walk along here and I'll explain 5 reasons why people can't live in Phnom Penh. So one thing that comes up when people say they can't live here is the air quality. And most of the time they're talking about, the pollution from all the motorbikes, or, there's certain times of the day where it's very heavy traffic and you're sitting there with hundreds of engines around you all kicking out smoke and you feel like you're breathing that in. You see a lot of people here wearing masks when they're outside, and not for COVID or things like that, it's for like the air pollution. On top of that, there's constant construction everywhere. You've probably heard me complain about it at my apartment, or you've seen it when you walk around. That can sometimes kick up a lot of dust or cover the roads in dirt and dust that dries in the sun, and then when people drive through it, it's like blowing around really fine dust in the air, and you end up breathing that in, or it gets all over you. You can find it if your windows are open a lot. You find like that kind of dust in your house, and it looks like really fine dirt, and you realize it's dust getting kicked up from the construction and everything like that. The next thing that could be a big factor for some people when they're choosing if they'd like to live in Phnom Penh or not is noise. It can come from a variety of places. Construction noise, which I mentioned earlier. There's people that walk through the neighborhood squeezing like, it sounds like a dog squeeze toy. Really loud. And they're coming by trying to let you know they're there so you can bring out your recycling. But they'll start at 6:30 in the morning. They don't care like what time it is or where they are. Big construction dump trucks, and when they drive by, it's like vroom, and their engines, and some people have really old motorbikes that are super loud or have no muffler, or they don't maintain their bike or get the brakes fixed, so then there's when they're braking, and this isn't just like once in a while, it's just constant like that. And then as well, you could have depending where you're living, you could have dogs like barking as well, and you just learn to tune it out basically, because I just said all that and you're like, well, how could you live there? And it's like you don't even notice it after a while until it's really bad. Like the construction has to be just pounding before I can't do what I'm doing. But another very common type of noise that you would hear in a lot of neighborhoods is Khmer local people, that they buy like a karaoke machine and really big speakers, and at nighttime they like to sit outside with their family or their friends, and they just crank that thing up and they're playing traditional Khmer songs and with a microphone plugged in, and they're just singing, and it's just echoing into the night for tons. And there's like apartment buildings all around, so it's literally like there's probably 1,000 people getting disturbed by it all around, and the police don't ever come and stop that stuff. Like it's just sort of part of the culture here that they're having a good time and doing karaoke, and it could be any day of the week. It could be a Monday night, or if and then also anything like a cultural celebration or weddings, they'll block off part of the street and they'll party for 3 days straight. And so there's no consideration of maybe other people want to sleep or have peace and quiet. You just have to put up with noise sometimes. Another thing some people don't like about living in a developing country is the uncertainty that kind of like anything crazy could happen at any moment. And I know that's a broad description, but for instance, in rain season, you could get like a flash flood, and then it's like halfway up your legs on your street where you live, like, and you have to be ready to like roll with it at any time. and you hear these stories from other people and you go through it yourself, and everyone always just says, well, that's Cambodia. So yeah, if you're considering moving to Phnom Penh and you're watching my channel for information and you'd like to know how you could move here and you can teach abroad, well, I've got links below. You can follow in my footsteps. It's a government accredited program and they guarantee a job placement with all of their different programs they offer. So if any of that interests you, check in the link in the description below. Go take a look. If you go for it, put Tom Trips out. And with extreme heat, there's a few girls I know back home have said they could never live in a climate that's this hot like here because their hair would be too out of control or turn curly or go into an afro, and like, because it's just extreme heat, extreme humidity. And so, you know, if that's you, then you might feel the same. Now, the last point about why people can't live in Phnom Penh sometimes is they just get too homesick. Now, this usually happens in the first month of leaving your home country and coming here. So basically what that means is if you can make it past a few months of being here, you can get over that. Because when I did the AVSE course, there was one guy in my class that after about 1 week, he just went back home because couldn't handle being away from family and being away from friends. And especially when you first get here, you're not used to it, like nothing's familiar. You don't have like a set group of solid friends yet. You know, you just miss everything from back home. And so if you're not strong enough to be alone or be independent, you know, that could present a problem when you're trying to like live or move to Phnom Penh. You know, what goes along with, you know, not being able to deal with being homesick is if you can't adapt to change or you don't like, you know, things that are weird all around you. I knew a girl that they just see the menu and they start crying because they're hungry, but they're so picky that it's almost stressing them out that there's nothing that they would want to eat. And like nothing looks appetizing because you're not used to the type of food here, and then you just start to get a whole I don't know if I should live here, and I miss my mom's mashed potatoes, and like, you know, like, and if you can't be adventurous and independent and roll with everything without holding mommy's hand the whole time, then, you know, moving to Phnom Penh might be a hard step. To sum it up, I love living here, and if you're someone who's adventurous and none of these points really bother you, you're like, yeah, that sounds fun to me, like, then it would be a great place for you. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.
Life is tall.